Start in child's pose. Resting down the inner thighs, getting heavy through the outer hips, and running the breath up and down the length of the spine. Coming to a tabletop, flipping the right palm towards the ceiling and begin to arc and round through the spine in cat-cow. Warming up through the forearm, the back of the arm, the back of the shoulders. Switching out through the hands. Hollowing out through the belly. And grounding down to the tops of the feet. Downward facing dog into three-legged downward dog. Knee to right elbow. Down dog. Knee to right elbow. Three-legged downward facing dog. Step the leg through to a low lunge. Open arm twist to the right. Hug the right knee in towards the midline and rise up to crescent. Lift the back of the left leg up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers. And draw the arms and the palms above the crown of the head. Low lunge into runner's block. Step the left leg back, low lunge, pyramid. Forehead rests to the shin, the outer right hip draws back. Bend into the knee, runner's block. Curtsy lunge, step the left foot nice and wide, bring the hips down to the heels. Side body stretch up and over to the right. Bring some weight into the ball of the left foot. And then revolve the heart open to the sky. Lift the armpit skyward. Steady the gaze, bring the hands to the heart space. Wide step back with the left foot. Triangle pose. Lean the torso back. Press down through the big toe mounds. Star. Warrior 2 to the space behind you. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle, the hand comes behind the foot. Modified side plank. Left knee lowers down to the ground. Gates pose, fingers and toes reach to the back corners of the mat. Send the breath across the right side body, down the length of the right thigh, into the shins, down to the toes. Set the hips down, mermaid. Come to the forearm, mermaid. Stay heavy through the legs, but keep the length through the sides of the body, pulling the waistband away from the rim of the pelvis. Fingers come behind the hips, staff pose, heels ground in, balls of the feet draw towards the nose and the chest lifts light. Heels come to the mat behind you, mermaid up and over. Side plank, plant down through the right hand, lengthen through the leg, lift the left foot off of the right to a three-pointed high plank. Lower down to the right knee and bird dog. Reaching back through the left foot. Narrow the elbows and bring the chest to the earth. Curl the right toes under. Send the left leg high for three-legged downward facing dog. Knee to elbow. Three-legged downward facing dog. Knee to elbow, low lunge, open twist to the left. Runner's block, elongate through the spine and pull out of the left hip. Low lunge, pyramid. Hold for 3 cycles of breath. Runner's block, curtsy lunge, side bend up and over to the left. Bring some weight into the ball of the right foot to revolve the chest up, and then hands come to heart, tree. Step the right leg back for a wide stance, triangle pose. Top arm reaches back, creating space across the chest. Star. Warrior 2 to the space behind you. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Modified side plank. Gates pose, fingers and toes move to the back edges of the mat. Modified side plank. Lower the hips down to the earth. Mermaid to the front of your space. Mermaid to the back of your space. Mermaid to the front of your space. Bring the fingers behind you. Extend the legs from the lift of the deep core. Press the heels into the mat. Option here to lift the legs. Draw the heels to the back of your space. Mermaid up and over. Side plank. Left arm's your foundation. Right leg lifts high. 3-pointed high plank. Lower the left knee down to the earth and bird dog. Try not to sway through the lower back, drawing the back of the skull up so the spine stays in one long continuous line. 3-legged dog, right leg lifts. Knee to elbow. 3-legged dog. Low lunge. Open arm twist. Runner's block. Pyramid pose. Revolve pyramid, straighten through the right leg, fingers at 12 and 6. Low lunge. Runner's block. Curtsy. Side body stretch up and over. Hands come to heart. Tree or left hand to left knee. Stamp firmly down through the right leg and energize through the whole of the right leg. Left leg steps back. Triangle pose. Top arm reaches for the mirror. Bottom rib cage spirals to the ceiling. Big toes ground down. Star. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle, hand plants behind the foot. Mermaid. Mermaid to the front of your space. Bring the fingers behind the hips. Extend the legs. Boat pose. Balance the weight even on your sit bone. Equal effort between the upper body and the lower body. Draw the heels to the back of your mat, mermaid. Side plank. Top leg lifts, flex through the foot. 3-pointed high plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Palms flat on the earth by the hips. Lift the chest. Peel it off of the mat. Sending a deep compression to the low back. All 5 fingers ground in. Hands come under the shoulders, curl the toes underneath you, left leg high, 3-pointed downward facing dog. Knee to elbow. Down dog, low lunge. Open arm twist to the left. Low lunge, then runner's block. Low lunge, crescent. So I forgot crescent on the opposite leg. Feel free to add it in. We'll meet in pyramid pose, revolve pyramid. Now lean the weight back, but ground down through the big toe mounds and the inner heel. Runner's block to curtsy. Side body stretch up and over. Tree pose. Or right hand to the outer right knee. Step the right leg back, pyramid, triangle, Top arm reaches for the mirrors. Star, warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle into side plank. Lower the hips down. Extend. Draw the heels in towards the seat. And mermaid up and over. So the sequence will build. You can feel free to add in or remove what you like or what you don't like. This is the framework for you to be creative. Different transitions, different engagements in the body, different firings in the mind. Side plank, 3-pointed high plank. Lower the belly down to the earth. Palms press flat, chest lifts. So we're prepping the body for peacock pose. Hold. Release, bring the hands under the shoulders, 3-pointed downward facing dog. Knee to elbow, 3-pointed downward facing dog. Low lunge, pyramid, open arm twist, runner's block, and here is where I've added in crescent. Any variation with the arms will do. I'm in a warrior 1 stance just to show you a different alternative as you sequence your own class. Or you feel out what feels right in your body. Then Shavasana. Low lunge, walking the hands around to the left, lifting up the heart and drawing the sit bones towards one another. Walk the hands back around to the right for a low lunge. Runner's block into curtsy up and over. Open up the chest, bring the hands to heart. Tree, hand to knee or big toes pose. Instead of drawing that leg straight forward, take it out to the left. Flex through the toes. Step the left foot back. Triangle pose. Top arm reaches. Bottom arm comes to meet it. So we're working our side bodies, toning through the mid-waist, and then we're stretching that out as we move into mermaids. Step the top foot up for lounge lizard. Press into the foot to lift the hips up high. Stay grounded through the arm and stable through the shoulders on your back. Lower the hips down. Draw the heels into the seat, mermaid up and over. Mermaid to your forearm. Mermaid up and over. Hands come behind the hips, extend the legs both. Interlace the hands, the low back, chest expansion with the forward fold. Get heavy through the rib cage, let the heart fall towards the thighs and ground through the outer hips. Widen through the back of the thighs. Release the hands, grab for the toes, ankles, calves. Then walk the torso up. Bring the heels to the back of the room, mermaid. Lower the hips. Sorry, not lower the hips. High plank. Bring the hands underneath the hips. Flatten out through the palms, chin comes to the mat. Lift and lower leg. The right, and then the left. Gentle pressure through the belly. Sensations through the arm. Slide the shoulders broad on the back. Now both legs lift off the mat. Lower down. Remove the hands. High plank. Three-pointed downward dog. Left leg reaches back, knee to elbow. Three-pointed down dog. Low lunge. Open arm twist. Runner's block. Warrior one. Low lunge. Runner's block. Hands to heart. Walk the hands around to the right for Shavasana. I hope you don't get a flash of my booty in that shot. You can bring the hips up to the knees and then lower back down to the hips, giving the hip joints a nice flossing, helping the tissues to glide a bit more smoothly. Then walk the hands around. Runner's block. Curtsy, side body stretch up and over. Tree, hands on knees, or peace fingers to big toe. Step the right leg back. Triangle pose. Top arm extends to the front, bottom arm comes to meet it. You're framing your head. Warrior two to the back. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Side plank, lounge lizard. Lift the hips and lower. This is a yummy lateral extension, hip opener, side body strengthener, integrating the whole body into our movements. Heels come into the seat, mermaid up and over, to the forearm, mermaid. Hands come behind the hips, boat pose with chest expansion. Hug the shoulders to the spine. Send the breath from the base of the spine to the nape of the neck. Release. Heels come to the back. Mermaid. Side plank. High plank. Lower down to the knees. Peacock pose. Fingertips point towards the knees. The elbows draw in. You're going to bring the elbows towards the front lower part of the rib cage. And then begin to lean the weight forward into the chest. You may lift one leg, then the other. Rock the hips back to the heels and go back in. So progressively loading the body. Playing with one leg lift, then the other. You can go into full peacock if it's there. It surely wasn't there for me today. So I just work the single leg up. Bring the hips to the heels, roll the shoulders down away from your ears, roll out through the wrists. Bring the fingertips to the heels, externally rotate the arm bones, reach the arms to the ceiling and draw that energy and that vibrancy into your heart. Carry it with you into your day. I hope part of this practice was of some benefit to you. Feel free to add in, remove, and take the framework, the skeleton of this practice and make it your own. Challenging your body, challenging your mind, breaking up the habitual patterns of movement. Making your way onto your back, rocking out through the pelvis, extending the arms and legs long for final Shavasana. Basking in this radiance for as long as you need. With light, love, gratitude, and grace. Namaste.